And we're back.
Wow. Okay, so we finished making our brownies. Our gluten. Can you move that knife away? Okay, so we finished making our gluten-free brownies.
Betty Crocker, gluten-free. It's a little warm, but
Good. Oh my gosh.
These will be the blueberries.
All right, so it was Betty Crocker, the gluten-free brownies. This is what it looks like. Keep this away from you. This is what they look good, right?
They do look good. And I'm gonna serve you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Do you guys have a specific piece?
No, just
A
go
what?
ahead.
A piece.
All right, we're gonna start our story time talking about our skills checkoff and our disastrous skills checkoff. So we'll each be telling our stories as we eat our brownies. So who wants to start?
I guess I'll start. Okay. So, Christina and I, they usually let 2 students in the room, which is good.
I told you. If you just let them sit too,
I
I'm
usually
taking
let
my 2 home.
2 students in the room at the same time, and 2 different instructors. You're on either side of the room. But the way they had it set up this time is you could kind of see the other person. But you understand why I brought that up later. So, we're after you. So, I practiced my skills check off. I watched videos, stuff like that, but I had never actually done it in the lab. So I get to the lab to take my check-off exam, and the skill I had was suctioning the tracheostomy, yeah. And the kit that they had for the test was different than the kit that I had used before. So I'm like, gathered up my stuff, everything starting out okay. But then I started getting nervous. And if you know me, I get nervous during exams. Especially when things are not going the way that I expected them to. So when I saw that the kit was different, I was like, wait.
Freaking out.
I don't know what to do.
What's happening? So I started shaking, getting a little nervous.
Sitting there.
And they stare you down. Like,
Yeah.
they don't give you nose sprays.
You can't ask any questions.
They don't
They're
say
just there
anything.
to grade you.
I just look at you. We could be doing great, and they're still. So I take the stuff out of the package to start suctioning, setting everything up, and they have this little cup that you're supposed to use to prime the tubing. So I'm supposed to pour saline water in there to help prime. And the cup is a little bit different because the cup that they had in the what's happening?
There's no water bottle.
The cup that they had in the original packaging that we had in our skills bags was like original. It was like plastic, like on it, like built on it. But the one that we had for the checkoff, I don't know if somebody had ripped off the plastic or what, but you have to put the plastic in there, and I didn't see the plastic in the box. So it's just cardboard, and I'm pouring, and it's leaking out. So I'm like, yo, what the heck?
The little square.
Yes, the little square cup. So I'm like, what is happening? Like, so I'm like bumbling, trying to clean it up or whatever, and then she's like, take your time and start over.
Yikes.
So I'm like,
when they say
cold.
that, that's yeah.
I'm like, damn. I'm like, I messed up.
Strike one.
So I'm like, just recollect yourself, start over. So got another kit. I started over. Lo and behold, it's the same thing. Like, the plastic is not attached to the cup.
You don't know what to do.
So I don't know what to do. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, how am I supposed to prime it right out the bottle? Like,
What do
why?
I do now?
So I'm freaking out. And while I'm trying to figure out what to do, I knock over the saline.
The whole jar?
The whole thing. So I'm trying to like catch it. I'm like, you can't catch water, sis. What are you doing?
Oh no.
So I just look at my instructor, picked up the saline bottle, and calmly went outside.
You didn't do a skill?
No.
Look.
She was
Sometimes
just like,
you just gotta.
as I was walking away, she was like, just go get yourself cleaned up, take a minute. And I started hysterically crying. I'm like, oh my God. And this is like, I think the second time we had a skills check off. The first time I passed, the first try.
Everybody passed.
The
So
second one was
exactly.
hard though. That was
Yeah.
with a lot of stuff. The suctioning.
I felt that one too.
So I'm
I
like,
think
oh
I
my gosh,
passed
I'm
that
gonna
one.
fail out of
Failed that.
nursing. Like this is it. I'm out
What
the
am I
program. What am I doing here? This is not for me.
But there's hope.
So I went in the bathroom. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen in the movies where people slide down the wall real slow when they're crying. And then they get into like a crouch position and then just cry. That was me. And I'm usually like, I feel like I'm not like a crier like that, but
I feel like I was with you in the room.
you were.
Yeah.
At
Because
the
I
time-
remember you like ran out and I was just like,
And I didn't know. At the time, I didn't know what was going on with Christina. I'm like, Christina was so well prepared. I feel like
Always.
I feel like she is acing this right now, and I'm like, I look so stupid. But, you know, we've been studying together, whatever, preparing, and I'm just like, I look dumb because I know Christina's in there killing it. You know, I did not know what was going on. So, I'm in the bathroom, crying, and then I think one of the nursing
Juniors.
no, not the juniors.
the professor, one of the.
But she was not really a professor.
Oh, Dr. Morgan.
Dr. Morgan, yeah.
Mhm.
She was like, I don't know, like she was retired, but she kind of came back to help the students with test preparation and just to talk if we needed her. So she was in her office.
She's not one of our instructors, so yeah.
Yeah. She was in her office, I think, when I ran by because the bathroom was like past her office a little
Yeah.
bit. And when I came out, she was out there and she took me into her office and I cried a lot some more. I called my mom because my mom's a nurse. So my mom walked me through the steps and she's like, you know how to do it, just do it. And then I told her, I spilled the saline in the cup. It wasn't the same cup. Like, my mom was like, just relax. If you take everything out, take your time. If you have to empty out the thing, make sure, like, and if the cup is, something's wrong with the cup, you tell them, this is not going to work. So, after I talked to my mom, and my mom is not the type to baby me either. Like, she told me, like, suck it up, stop crying, you can take it again. Dr. Morgan spoke to her. She's like, yeah, she can take it again. It's not like she failed. She's not out the program. But I think it was more so the fact that I actually failed at something because I'm not accustomed to failing. Like, I didn't grow up failing at school. I was usually a very good academic kid.
Nursing school is hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then and up until that point, nursing school hadn't really been that hard because it was mostly gen eds our first year. So...
And like a medical terminology class.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or medical terminology. That's light.
Those skills check off were just like a
But
hit in the face.
when we got to fundamentals, and we had to start learning how to do actual hospital skills.
How to be a nurse.
Yeah, it kind of shook me up a little bit. I'm like, man, I don't know if this is for me. Like I'm not good at this at all. And I feel like it takes me a little bit longer to catch on to stuff too. So
Everybody has their different.
it was just like, and then Dr. Morgan already knew that I had test anxiety as well because she like worked with me before on tests, but it was like written tests. It wasn't, so she was just like, I mean, if you can do it right here in front of me, I don't understand why you can't do it in the classroom.
It's just anxiety.
Yeah, she was like, just don't even worry about her watching. If you have to talk to yourself.
Did a lot of that talking to herself.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pull this up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pouring in the saline.
So, yeah,
That was a good experience though, because you were able to learn from it and you know how to react for the next time if something were to happen.
I failed. Like the way that they did it is like you don't actually fail the skills check off. They only took off a
10
few points.
10 point, yeah.
So I took it again the second time. I got a 90.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, And then on another skills checkoff, I think but that's another story. I failed on a different skills checkoff because the instructor that I had was just.
Oh yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But that'll be for another brownie day. So you go ahead.
Okay, so this actually happened while I was in the room with Chantel. This was happening at the same time when she was going through her little
Wait.
fiasco.
I thought yours was when you were with me. Because you cried one time when you were with me, too.
Because I only failed one checkoff. Maybe it was
You
you.
were crying with me. Because I remember.
But I remember that I had looked at you, too.
I remember there was a tall cart, and then, like, I was like, yeah, and then you had to go and get
Who
the stuff.
was I
like,
with?
okay.
Was I with Miss Wills during that time?
With mine, I don't remember who you were with.
No,
Ours
you weren't.
ours
was
was second semester.
Then I didn't fail that one. That's the one that I thought I failed. Because that's the one I thought I failed. Yeah. Now I know.
Second semester assessment.
That's the one. Okay, so that's the story. So I actually was with Ariane. And we were doing, I don't remember what skill I had.
In the second semester, we had
Wait,
medications
so then disregard everything I said about her being in the. I mean, you did look like you were like.
No, because I cried at the end before she told me I passed because I didn't think I passed, and she was like, "You did fine. I don't know why you're crying." But I felt inside, I felt like I messed up so bad. She was like, "I don't know why you're crying. You did perfectly fine." But anyway, that was a different something else. So this was second semester during assessment and skills. So we had check off, and Ariane was in the room with me. I can't remember what skill I had. I really don't remember.
I don't remember.
But I just remember I looked at they give us a list of a sheet where we have to pick up the paper and we don't know what's on the other side. So I had a skill that I've seen it, but I never had the opportunity like Chantel to practice it in the lab. Like I maybe watched a video or something. So I was like, oh God. Like when I looked at it, I knew it was just like, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
I'll just come back and read it.
Yeah.
I'll just have to reschedule.
So I tried, and my hand, sometimes during those skills check-off, my hands would be shaking, like, because I know I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to make it look like I know what I'm doing. So I think I was pulling up something in a syringe. I can't remember what the skill was. But, yeah, I can't remember. But I was in the middle of doing it, and I could just tell from the instructor, she looked at me, and I was looking at her. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. She was, let's keep on going. I don't know what
You were crying?
Yes, I was crying, and I was talking to her as I was crying.
I remember I saw you, because I had almost finished mine, and I saw you, and you were going. I was just like, are you okay? Like, I just wanted to, like, just...
No, because it was funny how it started. I remember I was right by the bedside, and she was, like, on the other side. And it started with one tear. And I couldn't. I was like, I might as well just quit right now.
It's
just
the
come
stress
back.
And the pressure.
It's the pressure. Like, sometimes
and
you know
have, like,
what you're
30
doing.
minutes to do it.
Yeah, they time you, and you have people like staring. I have anxiety when people are looking at me doing things.
Yeah.
And when I'm not familiar, when I'm not like sure on something, it just makes it 10 times worse. So it was just the tears coming down. I was like, she was like, keep on going. I can't. So I failed that checkoff, but it was a good experience for me because I was able to learn how to come back from that, because I hadn't failed the first. I passed the first two, and I thought I was doing pretty well with them because I was getting scared. I would just pray before each one, make sure that I knew everything that I was going in with. But sometimes you get caught off guard and things happen.
You forget,
just dealing with the pressure at the moment. So, failure helps you to succeed later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because those skills that we failed then, we would not fail now.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's ingrained in your
when
head
you go back,
when you go
back and do it again, never.
The trauma teaches you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like, people will probably say, like, well, dang, you're in nursing school. Like, why would you fail? Like, that's something you're supposed to know. But being in nursing school and being a nurse are different things. And let me tell you why. Because a lot of times, and I'm not saying that nurses cut corners, but being at clinicals, you can see that they don't do things to the T the way that they do it.
We have like 50 steps to do something. In the hospital, they have 15.
And it's like little intricate steps that they'll fail you for, like, like
how you unwrap. No, because that's sterile. As long in the hospital, as long as you're doing sterility, you're fine. You get the task done. In checkoffs, you have to do everything a certain way.
They'll be like, you didn't flush exactly 5
milliliters of saline.
Like saline. I'm just like, but
in the hospital,
they're just like pull up, push up,
and they
like,
do it. They do it like 1, 2, 3.
Because
you got
have
5, 6 patients.
6, 7 sometimes patients that you have to cover at the same time.
You don't have time to be sitting there.
And it's not to say that they don't care about the patients or they don't try to give them the best possible care, but they're not going to get to everybody if you're like that in nursing school.
They're that detailed.
Yeah. So we only focus on one mannequin, not even a real patient.
Right.
Yeah.
At that point in time, we were focusing on a mannequin, and it's hard to talk to a mannequin like it's a real person, first of all, because you feel awkward like you're talking to yourself.
Yeah.
We made
you are talking to yourself.
Hey, Mr. Hernandez.
Yeah. Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Gonzalez was my man.
Like,
that was everybody's favorite mannequin.
Yeah.
Mr. Gonzalez.
So, yeah.
So, Ariane's story.
My skill check-off, one of them, and I failed, was second semester assessment skills, and we were doing medications. So before skills lab, I was practicing my injections and going over my medications. We have like a little cart with like all the mock medications to pull up. So I got my S-bar sheet for the assignment for my check-off, and it said a medication. I don't remember the name of it. But I was looking for the medication, and I couldn't find it. You remember this? So I was reading my S-bar for my patient, the history and stuff, and he was there in the hospital for bowel resectioning. So I go to the medication chart, and I finally find the medication. I'm like, thank God. It's a pill. So it's like, okay, pill, let me get the cup of water, let me like get the everything together. So I go to my patient, make sure they do a swallow test, make sure they can swallow, talk about the pill, everything, make sure they can do it. Did it great, did it wonderful. And the other skills I did as well. And I was filling out the S-bar sheet, and then I was like, bowel resection. So I was like, oh, MPO, and like doing a whole bunch of fancy stuff to my S-bar sheet, thinking I was just like,
you're killing the game.
I was killing it. So MPO is nothing by mouth. So at the end of my check-off, the teacher said I could have passed unless I did the pill wrong. The patient was there for a bowel resection, their MPO. Nothing should be going in their mouth. Why did I give them a tablet?
I didn't even.
I would have. I was supposed to take the pill crusher, crush up the pill, put water, mix it up, and then give it through the bolus through the stomach, the tube that goes in the bolus. I failed. But the teacher said that the reason I wasn't as mad at myself, because the teacher was like, I'm really proud of you. It was with him. She was like, I'm really proud of you because you did the skill really well, and you did all the skills well. But you just, and you thought
did it the wrong way.
You thought bowel resectioning, okay, so he should be MPO, so why are you giving him the pill? I just saw the pill. I was like, okay, pill. Everything I need to get for a pill, make sure I can do swallow tests. I was
you
going
were
out.
doing the whole thing.
I was doing the whole thing. I was like, yes, I did it.
Then
I
you
got
like,
it. And then, so
I would have been so upset
when you
at
fail the
myself
skills
for that
check
mistake.
off, you go back and you just repeat the skill that you failed. So the next time I crushed up the pill, did it perfectly, wonderfully. And I will never, ever forget how to do that.
Yeah.
The trauma will teach you.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes failure is not a bad thing. If you fail something, or they want you to retake something, it doesn't mean that you're not gonna be a nurse. It doesn't mean that you're not gonna graduate. Because that was my first thought is, man, I'm gonna have to be here for 5 years. Like, I'm not gonna be able to graduate in 4. Like, like I'm just like, I can't be a good nurse. Like, I need to change my major. But now that I look back on it, it's just like some of those things seem so simple to me now. And they were like the biggest stressor.
Like even the sophomores out and they were talking about sterile gloves. I was just like, they were like freaking out about their hand washing and sterile gloves.
Like,
and I'm just
sterile
like,
gloves is not that hard to put on. It's not.
When you have to do sterile gloves and then do a Foley catheter, then it's
That's
like
when
you're worried about the Foley catheter, not the sterile gloves.
Like,
so
oh my god, they're on sterile.
I can't. You gotta
I'm
bend
just
it a
like,
certain way and do
yeah.
the little.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back on things, you can laugh about it, and it feels good that you got over the hump.
Mm-hmm.
But then you think about how you were feeling in the moment, how you were so anxious, and how it was such a big deal. And now you look back, it's like it wasn't that serious.
It's like in the future now you realize like there are gonna be more things that are gonna stress you out like that.
At clinicals that we go to now, there's some stories there because there's some interesting patients and experiences. Good ones though, but I'm sure I'm gonna look back on this like when I am a nurse and be like, nursing school was nothing.
Getting blood sugars, starting IVs, stuff like that.
My first AccuCheck in the hospital, I was like, I don't know what to do.
Now we were doing them at last clinical was like clockwork,
right? So little things like that. And the bedside assessment.
Yeah, now it's just like you just running through it. Like I remember we had to do a bedside assessment at the end of the semester.
And they timed you. And
and
they filmed you
doing
it.
And you had to do it on a real person. And I was so shook. Like, I was just like, bro, I can't do this. And
we all bodied that, though.
Yeah, I feel like...
we practice a lot.
Oh, yeah, we practice a lot.
No, some people did not do well.
But I feel like the only reason why I did as well as I did is because I had my brother with me, too. So
felt comfortable.
When I started getting nervous and he saw that, like, I remember one time I was bending over him to listen to his lung sounds or whatever, and he was like, relax. He's like, you're shaking, relax. And I think that kind of, because if it was on a mannequin, it wouldn't have been, because first of all, it's not even a real person. Like, you know?
It's easier when it's a real person because it's natural. You have natural conversation.
And they can kind of like, you know.
And even at clinicals, like, when I started clinicals this semester too, like, I was getting a girl's blood sugar for the first time. And our clinical instructor kind of threw us in the water with that. Like, she didn't really show us how to do it. She talked us through it, and then she's like, go. So she wasn't in the room with me. And this girl, she was young. She was only like 26 or something like that. And she saw that I was nervous, and she was like, relax. Like, you're here for a reason. Like, you wouldn't have made it this far. Now I'm like flying through it. Like my clinical instructor's like, can you go with this person to show them how to do it? I'm like, yeah, girl, I got you.
Let me show you. I got you.
Yep. That was our story time.
The first of many.
And our bacon
Mukbang. Y'all don't know about mukbang?
Don't they call it mukbang?
Mukbang.
What is that?
Mukbang?
Mukbang.
Isn't it bang, not bong?
MUKBANG.
Yeah.
Mukbang.
Bang.
Bang?
BANG.
I hope you enjoyed our eating show. I enjoyed our brownies.
Yeah.
Our gluten-free really Betty Crocker sponsor us. Brownies.
Sponsor.
How did you guys enjoy the gluten-free?
They were actually really good. They taste pretty much the same as regular brownies.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna help myself to another one.
All right. Well, we're gonna catch you later and enjoy this brownie.
And we are
naturally nursing. See you guys.